let's start with the chapter number 1, reproduction in lower and higher plants. Reproduction are of two types, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction has been further divided into vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction. Let's see what is asexual reproduction. The reproduction that does not take place by the union of sex cells or gametes. Example, binary fission, fragmentation, spore formation and budding is called as asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, it involves only one parent and offspring, and this one parent and offspring are genetically identical. They have the same genetic content to the parent. So what is asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction is a reproduction that does not involve the manufacture or union of sex cells or gametes. Is called as asexual reproduction. Example, binary fission, fragmentation, spore formation and budding. Now, what is vegetative propagation? A form of asexual reproduction in plants. Vegetative propagation does not involve gametes, flowers, seeds or fruits. Offspring are produced by a single parent that are genetically identical to parents. Now, vegetative propagation can happen naturally or it can be done artificially. Now, let's see one by one. Vegetative propagation by natural methods. Example, runners, tubers, plantals, bulbils. Now, what happens? How does this natural vegetative propagation takes place? Part of the plant becomes separated from the parent plant and divides by mitosis to grow into a new plant. As a result, the offspring are genetically identical to the parent. So what happens in vegetative propagation? Part of the plant becomes separated from the parent plant and it divides by mitosis to grow into a new plant. As a result, the offspring are genetically identical to the parent. Now, parts of the parent plant which may be specifically modified for this purpose, it could be stem, root, leaf and bud. Now, let's see one by one each of it. Modified stems. Modified stems, we have runners. Now, what are runners? Can you see? Do you remember seeing the grass on the ground? So, what are these runners? They are the horizontal running over the surface of the soil. They have a terminal bud of the runner sends up new shoots. Example, strawberry, creeping, buttercup. So, these are few examples of runners. See this one which I am showing you in the PPT. The vegetative reproduction stems, runner. The strawberry example. Now, strawberry is a runner. Creeping buttercup. Now, let's see this next one, that is a modified stem. Stem tubers, solen underground stem tips. Could you see this? Potato. So, these are modified stem. So, potato is not a root. Potato is a stem tuber. Why potato is a stem tuber? Because first one, underground. It grows from the underground stem tips. It has eyes that produce new shoots. Okay. Now, let's see the next one. Modified roots. Root tuber. Solen fibrous root. Look at the diagram. Solen fibrous root. The tuber stores this solen fibrous tuber stores food. But the new plant develops from a site develops from a side bud at the base of the old stem. Example, Dahlia, Lesser Celandine. These are few of the example of modified roots. Now look at the taproot. Look at carrot and turnip. They are solen roots for food storage in the biennial plants. They are not reproductive organs. Carrot and turnip. These are the solen roots for storage, for food storage in biennial plants. They are not reproductive organ. Now let's see the next one, leaves. Plantlets. Now look at this. Some plants produce plantlets along the edges of the leaves. Look at the edges of the leaves. So some plants produce plantlets along the edges of the leaves. Plantlets reach a certain size and these plantlets then fall off and grow into new plants. Example, lily and Kalanchoe, mother of the thousands. Modified birds, pyaz and onion and garlic bulbs. These are the modified birds, or it's also called as bulbs. Onion, garlic. A bulb contains an underground stem. Okay, so this bulb is basically a underground stem. The leaves are solen with stored food. Okay, example, onion, daffodil and tulip. Onion and garlic are the best example. Modified birds, the main bird, which is an apical bird, will grow into a new shoot. The side birds, the lateral birds, will also grow into new shoots. Look at the diagram. The side bird, the main bird, the fleshy leaves, the reduced stem, the roots, the leaf. Look at this growing vegetative reproduction in leaves. Onion bulb. See how at the start of the season it looks. The lateral bird, the flower bird. End of the season, new plant will grow from the lateral birds. Remains of leaves. Recall the onion that you have seen. Okay. Now, comparison of reproduction by seed, sexual and by vegetative propagation, that is asexual. Let's see before the advantages of seed formation and then we'll see the advantage of vegetative propagation. Advantages of seed formation. Now, sexual and asexual cross-pollination ensures variation. When there is a sexual reproduction, sexual pollination ensures variation that allows evolution. Asexual, no variations can be advantage in commercial horticulture. More resistant to disease. Asexual, all plants are of the same species, same susceptible disease, same susceptible to disease, and they are identical like their parents. Sexual, dispersal reduces competition. Overcrowding and competition. Asexual reproduction. Seeds can remain dormant and survive unfavorable condition. Now in sexual reproduction, say for example, the seed has been fallen somewhere. As soon as it gets favorable climatic condition, the seeds will grow into a plant. Whereas in asexual reproduction, there is no seed formed, so no dormancy. It's been also said that during summer season when you are traveling, now I do understand it won't be possible, but if ever you travel, you can keep all the mango seeds